Hello my fellow mayors, and welcome once again to Perafilozof City Skylines videos. In this one, I'll be continuing to build up the city in which I plan to reach 1 million population on the hard mode. In the previous episode, I had started zoning this new area, which I have built up to mimic this one. So they are kind of a mirror image to each other, although this part is going to be a little bit smaller. I reached this area in the previous episode as industry, some more residents seem to be moving in. My population went above 190,000, but now it went down a little bit because of the death rate being higher than the birth rate. But this will not stop me from developing further. Now I just need to see, soon I need a new ramp to go through here, and if I look over here, my next zone would be an office zone 4x4, and it would fit right here. But the problem is, the buildings over here are blocking me from building a ramp here. Now the question is, can I remove or move the school without any issues developing? And as far as I can see, then I would not have good coverage down here. So not only will I have to move the school over here, but I will have to make a new elementary school over here instead of this residential office zone, or maybe just instead of this residential zone in general. So this should still provide good coverage while removing the school from here, where I can now place a highway ramp. This ramp will be going from this side into this side over here, from most likely here, although it's kind of closer to this exit here, which then I will move a little bit further up here. This isn't the best either now, but it's still better than having it over here where I need to get off from the highway, which I will be getting off like this. Now once I connect here, I should be able to go all the way to the right without too many issues, hopefully. Or am I? Now I need to not use the snapping tool and see how is this gonna work out. I'm gonna go back to the snapping tool, and hopefully I am not going to create any problems here. And now back to the highway. Looks okay, even these zones up here aren't messed up, so they seem to be in order to continue. Now the question is, yeah, I do not have a bus stop here, nor do I have a metro line that's stretching up here. I should get a new metro stop in here. And now this local line will be extended to up here, and also I need bus lines now in here. The first bus line will probably start around here on the right side, depending on... Wait, if they go from the left to the right with this highway ramp, then maybe it would be better to actually have the bus start from here. Let's see how this would work out. So here, then right again, right, to the right, still to the right, and then on this next street it would go on the left side. I just need to extend the street first. So actually I haven't extended any of these, and I do have one extra here that I won't even need. Maybe I should have stopped a bit earlier here. Yeah, about here. So now I will go onto the left and then go once again to the right, so the buses will have to go down there in order to turn. Not the most not the best design, but it will have to do, at least for now. And I do hear a lot of buildings leveling up, so the public transportation must be well received. And this would be the last part of it, which would now go back in on itself out here, but through where? I think through here? That'd be kind of hard to get through. Let's see. Over here the buses would go on the left side and then would end over here through here in a double line. Yeah, not the best, but we'll see how this develops further. Although I could have actually placed the bus stops here as well. Doesn't look like it would be giving me too much trouble in order to have them here as well. and everything seems to be functioning correctly with them being like this. Yeah, problem is they're going about it a little bit badly here, but it's inevitable considering that I'm using a highway ramp and not a two-way street. So far this is as okay as it can be. Now for the upper parts I'm probably gonna start losing park coverage, and I am going to need a new park no doubt very soon. I'm thinking probably over here somewhere. Actually these zones are kind of too small, although I am not going to need a street here. I think I will be getting rid of this one here. Yeah, that was a lot of wasted money. So not a street here, this one will stay here so that I have a connection. This one will remain here as well, so this one up here would probably become another ramp going from left to right. Yep, most definitely. So I'll destroy these roads so that I can more easily connect, and this connection here. And if I'm destroying it, then I need to also connect it back to something so that it isn't just a dead end. Let's see, where would that end up? Okay, it can go up there. But oh yeah, before I actually place the ramp, I have to know which zone would be ending there, and in order to do that, I need to bring back some of these streets. I could have actually just extended them upwards, it would have been simpler. But I have only just realized that. And I am not going to need any of these connections in here either. So how would these zones develop here? I do seem to have lots of demand, which is pretty interesting. Oh, I kept it at speed 1. I'm sorry guys, going back to speed 3. So in here would be one zone of commercial 4x4, and then we would have another, although I don't think these things are big enough. Yeah, no, it would have to stay at 3x4, and this would be the first next residential area. So if that's 1, this would be 2, 3, and 4 thick. So from here all the way to here would all be residential. This area here also, and this would be commercial. Now I don't like buildings being right there on the intersections, which is something that I would try to avoid. Okay, so if this is the residential area, the next would again be 2 lines of commercial, and this would be where the next highway ramp would go. So in here, going from, I think it's easier actually to go like this now with the snapping tool on, from left to right, like this, and then just connect the off and on ramps as the last things to connect, although there seems to be some issue there. I think it's because I've actually raised this thing a little bit higher than it should be, because, oh yeah, because this isn't exactly flat, but I think by just rebuilding this and letting it follow the ground in a simpler manner, it shouldn't create any problems. You can definitely spot the difference in height here. There, that pretty much finishes it, although still a bit high in here. There. And now the ramp should connect up into the highway without too much difficulty. Yep, there we go. It's strange that it says that it goes... Okay, what did I... Oh, I didn't turn it around once I remade it. There we go, now it makes more sense. Actually, no, still have problems. This needs to go like this. Now it's proper. And what's the problem here? The ramp maybe? Nope, still a problem with this thing. What's going on? Yep, you go down from here into here and then connect there. Yep, there we go, that fixes it. So this is developing nicely. The industry keeps going abandoned until it gets workers which are educated in order to level up, as you can see that this industry here did, although the parts of it that do not have educated workers will soon go abandoned again. Now as for the park coverage, like I said, I was trying to do it before I started making up the streets. A big park could go here, and then a smaller one would go somewhere about here, and that should provide excellent coverage in between. There we go. This is all covered by a district still, and I can extend it further as I seem to be developing rather quickly. Whoops. No, not a new district. This one. I haven't taken a look through the industry in these areas in a while. There is lots of abandonment because they haven't leveled up yet. Let's zoom out and see what needs to be bulldozed in here. Not too much actually. Could have been even worse. Although in here there will be loads to bulldoze. The residential area filled up quite fast and quite nicely, although the population is still at around 190,000. Now, as this is the commercial area, the next one will no doubt be offices, although I just need to clear up some of this stuff because the streets are going to be connected a little bit different than what they are at the moment. So this will go up like this. Then this will be a street here, but maybe it will get moved. We'll see what happens once I start zoning. So 4 by 4, not 5. This next one will be industry, going from here to here, 4 by 4. And again, it will be offices in here. I think, excellent, this will be 4 by 4 commercial and no need to bulldoze anything else. Great. Very good. In here, a little bit more offices, I guess. So, okay, that will be more industry, offices, commercial. The next one will again be commercial, but need to expand these streets first. And I'm connecting, but the street here won't be here once I start zoning, because something else will be going in here, and instead of the one up here as well. So I need to extend these all the way here. I could actually connect to this one. It might stay here. We'll see. So this one is definitely going away. And the one after also, because it's going to become a ramp. But not until I see exactly how the zones are going to be like. And until I check on the service coverage. Yeah, I'm losing health coverage here, so there will be a need for a new clinic here and also a new crematorium. As for police, fire, school coverage, that should be all okay. Need to keep bulldozing these things so that they will actually build up as industry that is leveled up. About over here. Yep, a few more. And I think I haven't, oops, I haven't extended the bus line further. That's something I should do. Yeah, here we go. Station on the right, station on the left. Station on the left and here as well. Then the right, then the left, then the right, then in the left, and then in the right. Okay. The metro, the next stop will be about here. I have zoned it already, so I might as well draw this up here. Also, let's see, where would the metro be? Somewhere where there is highest noise pollution, and that's about here where there is industry. So I think here. Excellent. I'm just gonna have to destroy this in order to connect, and this would now be connected with this local line as well. Excellent. The zones should start building up, as I do have a demand ready and waiting for more zones, and this one would be high density commercial. Population 191,000. Excellent. So we are having more population. I should check on the older parts of the city if they are filled up with residential, and then they should not be paying low taxes but high taxes. Let's see, this one here, I think it's tax relief. Yeah, and everything is filled up with residents. Well, almost everything. So at this point I need to extend the district, which increases the tax rate and also brings in the high-tech housing policy, which will then level up these homes to a higher level. This pretty much does the trick. No need to have this in the district. And as for this side, I think the same thing applies. Yeah, everything is filled with residential, so just need to extend the district, which is going to bring in the higher taxes and the high-tech housing policy, which will then level up these homes faster. You can already hear the digging. Over here it's all high-tech housing and high taxes with the tax raise. The global tax for high density is at 9%, but with the tax reduction these areas get 7%, with the tax raise these areas get taxes at 11%. My income is at around 25,000, which is actually even higher than I would have expected, although once I turn on some more buildings it's probably gonna go down. What's abandoned here? Oh, this one. Okay. So I'm almost close enough to turn on the cargo train terminal, which should help the industry level up. This all has good coverage. Again, some more abandonment. Anything here? No. Good. As for the buses, they are now needing new bus stops up here. Okay, and if I wish to zone further, the rest would be residential. For how many? 4 by 4 times 4, so 1, 2, 3, and I would be ending here with just 2 zones. Well, I can either decide to move the ramp a little bit further, then I could simply do that. So destroy the street, add a little bit of more residential here, and then the ramp would be going through here. Need to bulldoze this as well, and this over here as well, and this can stay where it is. So this would all be residential here, and then the ramp would be going through here, which means this needs to be bulldozed so that it does not get in the way. Now the street may have some issues connecting after this, or not. That was easy. Excellent. So the ramp would be going through here. Let me just find it. Going like this, from here to here. And just try and hit the right spot at 90 degrees. Excellent. Now I just go to the right and then connect onto the highway. Like so, and then connect down from the highway into here if it wants to let me. I do have a connection very close here, so if I wish to get rid of that to make this easier, I can, but I will probably need to put one back. So from here it goes in here, and then it probably goes from here into here. Yeah. Okay, that's the ramp, that's the residential area. The next one would again be commercial, which means the street is in the way. And yeah, the tunnels that I spent so much time making were actually unnecessary. Although the one up there might be useful, but I've destroyed already. We'll see how that's gonna turn out in the near future. So here again would be two zones of commercial, like this, 4x4 and 4x4. District should be expanded all the way, and it is. Now, as for the park coverage, yep, I'm losing the coverage here, so a new park probably about here, and a smaller one in here, if it wants to fit anywhere in here, so like this. That should do the trick. As for the schools, I'm probably gonna run out of elementary school coverage in these areas, and that's true, so one would go here. I'm probably going to need a new metro stop soon. That would be about here. They might as well spend some time bulldozing these abandoned factories while these areas finish up building. Was the population 191,800, so it might go to 192,000 very soon. It is interesting to note how fast the residential areas are building, and I can probably already increase the tax in this area here by creating a new district, for which I will pause for a moment while I do this. So this will be a new district that's going to have the tax raise instead of the tax relief, and also high-tech housing to increase the level of these buildings even faster. And now you'll see how they'll all start leveling up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. So yeah, they'll probably at least 50% of them right now level up, and some a bit later on. Okay, and this area is developing quite nicely. Almost had 192, there we go, 192,000 population. So we are developing quite nicely with this design. Education, I think I have enough capacity for each one of these, even a little bit more than necessary in some areas. As for the garbage, I haven't taken a look, so garbage capacity of 1,488 units and enough production to not bother me. As for the sewage and water, I think I'm getting close, so only about 100 cubic meters of water and sewage left over, and plenty of power. Okay, some more abandoned buildings. I wonder how much of goods am I exporting? I'm not exporting any goods, I'm actually importing goods. Wow, about 2,000 I think. Yeah, definitely need more industry, but they're just taking their sweet time actually building up, which is the reason why this is being so slow. Hopefully they can speed this up. Interesting how the pollution connected from all the way here to all the way here with these two buildings present. That is why I'm not building any more here. I mean, I could perhaps build more here, but I'd rather not. I haven't checked the traffic for these kinds of places where the traffic is very bad. You're all trying to go to the left from here. How about I give you a straight shot? Maybe a one-way would be a better choice here. No? Why no? Oh, come on, seriously? Can't connect? Because of that pillar? Ugh. What am I to do with you? Let's try this again. Nope, still not connecting. About now. Still won't connect. Well, this could be problematic. Alright, how about till here and then you turn into that street? There we go. Did lose some residential here, but not too big of an issue if this helps with the traffic going up there in a one way. Okay, next place where there are problems. I think I saw some problems over here where they were all using the same off-ramp, although they do not seem to be using it any longer. More industry to bulldoze. As in here, no. Alright, so population 192,500. This area is well upgraded now. They are almost all at level 4. Excellent. The office buildings are now leveling up, as well as industry and commercial. There should be good land value here, as you can see. Excellent. As for the rest of these areas, I think one more office, industry, office, commercial, residential, and then one more commercial, office, industry could fit here. I really need this industry to develop so it will be producing goods so that I do not have to import them. But for that I need more workers because I'm 10,000 short at this point. Although, like I said in the previous episode, those are the places and the jobs that are for the uneducated and educated, which I only have about 23% in total. Okay, bus stops should be expanded up here. So to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, and to the right. That takes care of that. The park coverage is excellent. Oh, more industry to bulldoze. Really need to get more population in here to be workers. So far this is going nicely, although a bit annoying with all the industry that I have to bulldoze. Income is good, there are no problems for people to move in, as even this area is almost completely moved in. I think I can actually expand my district with the higher tax and the high-tech housing already. Excellent. And over here it's all extended and expanded. The building's leveling up quite nicely. As for the residential areas, I mean. Yep. Quite good indeed. Not too many people bothered by all the noise pollution, which is good. I was troubled that that would be a problem because of the fact that I'm sandwiching the residential areas between two thickly made commercial areas. But so far this seems to be going without any problems. Alright, well, in order to expand, I will do this in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and please stay tuned for more.